Good afternoon. My name is Joseph Lloyd and I source cars for people on a professional basis, hence the name of my channel, Lloyd Vehicle Consulting. 4 years ago, I was asked to come up with a series of videos that were filmed inexpensively. We don't use digital cameras, we don't use fluid head tripods, we don't use shotgun microphones, we wear tatty shirts, we just use a phone. But we look at cars that you can buy for a budget up to £1,000 only, and we very much enjoy ourselves. These are cars that might be in cosmetically bad condition. You might see oil leaks, rattly dashboards and cosmetic imperfections, but we go all over the country and we find these very inexpensive cars that you all seem to enjoy watching. Well, viewers, we are endeavouring on No Budget Reviews to cover all variants of the Mark II Ford Focus platform. And here is another one, a 2008 Volvo C70 T5. Now, there are some problems with this particular car, and they will become apparent as we go along, but let's just say that this car is actually advertised right now for £995, so we are within No Budget Reviews territory. It's kindly been lent to me for review by Lee of LSB Car Sales, which is just near Thatcham in Berkshire, and he's had one of these before. I was actually going to film one of these with the roof stuck down. This one's got the roof stuck up. It's a really common problem on these Mark II C70s and lots of other cars of the era, Ford Focus, I think it's called the CC, Vauxhall Astra Twin Top, Mercedes SLK, on and on and on. Cars with folding metal roofs can be very unreliable, as I know myself. When the roof failed on my 2008 Vauxhall Astra Twin Top 4 years ago, which was not fun, viewers. It was not fun at all. So these were launched in 2006, the previous generation C70 finished in 2005, by that time they're all convertibles. The coupe stopped in 2002, this is both a coupe and a convertible. It's a nice looking car actually. Its wheelbase is a little bit longer than the Focus, so it's more like an S40 or the V50 as opposed to C30, which shares the Focus's wheelbase. I've never seen a rusty one of these either, so that's good. But obviously there are problems that you can have, and that's not the only issue with it. I mentioned the roof. We'll have a look at some of those issues later. So, caveat emptor. Open up the boot. This car's actually had an LPG conversion, amongst other things that have happened. I think those parking sensors are actually aftermarket as well. And there's a camera, which sometimes works. You can see it's quite complicated design to get this roof working. It could do with a little scrub up, to be honest, but this car is being sold as spares and repairs, so never mind. Boot capacity actually on these is quite good for a car like this. It's almost 400 litres. Obviously if you had the roof down it'd be a bit less than that. But yeah, you can see just how complicated all this mechanism is. And if something goes wrong in there, then well, you end up in a situation like this one. It feels very well engineered. Pininfarina actually, I think, designed it and built it in one of their facilities actually. So we'll go inside, and this is where it all gets a lot more familiar. Facelift occurred in late 2009 for the 2010 model year. So this is equivalent to a pre-facelift S40 Mark II, like the one I have, or the C30 or the V50. You can see you've got all the switches there, but otherwise it's very, very familiar, including the tiny, tiny little door pockets, although for some reason this car's got an extra bit here, which is handy. Seats, everything are very similar. Got electric memory seats on this SE model. Does that mean I've got to actually put that forward myself? That's rubbish, viewers. I'll have to wait for that. Mr. Manning from the Matty's Cars channel is going to have to wait for his moment of excitement where I attempt to clamber in the back of this. Of course we can't get the roof off, so I have to be with the roof up. Someone who owned this car before was very concerned about hitting things when they reversed, because you've got extra mirrors on either side as well as an aftermarket reversing camera for much screen there. Like, it might work. It didn't work the first time. Let's see if this works now. So we turn her on, go fast right up. There's some T5 action going on. Ooh, we've got some fancy kind of metal rimmed knobs from the facelifted S40s here. So into reverse. Oh, there we go. And there's a nice Cayenne behind us. Right, we've also got a Parrot Bluetooth kit in this car, so a load of different things someone's done to them. Another problem is the service lights on, and so is the engine management light, but £995, viewers. What more do you need in life? And the air conditioning actually might work. I don't know, possibly. Auto climate and everything. So many bits and pieces, and soft touch dashboard, and even more leather. And in the doors actually the curtain airbags. They don't come out of the roof, because obviously the roof might not be actually up when you're driving around. So the curtain airbag is in the door, and there's another airbag there. Very Volvo, isn't it? All that sort of stuff. There's the little meter down there for the LPG system. I don't even know if that works. We don't know. But there we go. Door locking buttons. Very familiar to anyone that had an S40 Mark II or a V50 or a C30. Wiper stalks, indicator stalks, cruise control. It's all sort of here. Normal handbrake, which we won't touch. We don't need to. We've got the later style cup holders on this one, or is it the earlier ones? If these are the same as on my S40, I might ask Lee for that insert, but yeah, we'll have to see. I'm not sure that they are. Little storage compartment there, and the glove box, which should take me secret mission documents if I'm not mistaken. Let's get that thing out of there. I'll be very excited if they do, viewers. Someone's left the locking wheel lock key there. Yep, that's fine. Wonderful, although the idea of getting those in the door is a pipe dream. Right, we're going to have to try to get in the back, aren't we? Although the controls for the roof would be there if it worked. I'm not going to touch it because I don't want it to get stuck. We've got sort of all the lighting things and all sorts of things up here as well. One interesting thing that means is that normally that's the traction control buttons down here. So where's the traction control button? Right, let's stop wondering about that and see if we can actually get in the back. So the thing is, compared with the Mark I C70, of course I used to own one of those, and I've driven two others. It's a lot less elegant getting in the back. I mean, oh, that's my problem, those little buttons. Sorry, viewers. Someone did actually think about that. Oh gosh, still not good. Oh no! Oh. Right, Mr. Manning. I hope you enjoyed that. Sound just like Roger Moore's stunt double from Due to a Kill. Okay, more cup holders there. Why do you need so many cup holders? Wrist space is... it's all right. I mean, if I put my seat back, I mean, that's not where I'd be driving, but it's all right. It's a bit tight. This would be, I think, for the wind deflector, if you had one. A little like that. Oh, that actually works. Isn't that nice? We've got map pockets and adjustable lumbar support, but it's only really it's a two-seater in here. Oh, look at armrest thing. I think this is actually a ski hatch type thing. Yeah, it is. You can put things through there if you want. Let's put that back. Well, it's got the things to put the seat belts so you don't snag them. It's all right, I suppose, for this sort of car. It's not the largest. It's not the smallest. It's all right. Right, let me free myself from my self-imposed prison, and we'll have a look under the bonnet. So here is Volvo's famous 5-cylinder white block engine, in this case 2.5 litres of capacity, turbocharged, generating about 227 horsepower. earlier T5 models of the C70 Mark II before 2007 generated 217 horsepower. Same engine as in the Ford Focus ST Mark II as well. It's a bit tight for working in here. It's even tighter than a normally aspirated version of this engine, which I have in my car. It's actually a different T5 engine from the Mark I's. It was 2.3 litres in capacity. You can see we've got the big pipe here, which suggests that this has had, I think it's called a rip kit added to it. So we've got a bit more power because they're quite heavy, these cars. They're a lot heavier than the other variants of Volvos on this platform. They're 1.7 tonnes, probably due to the roof. And so it's not as fast as you would quite imagine, or at least doesn't feel as fast. But there we go. There is a cam belt change to be done. It's every 10 years. I think it's 100,000 miles or something like that on these. Whether that's been done, I don't know, because I can't see any sticker and I haven't got the service history on me. But there we go. Pre-facelift front end. The facelift ones, in my opinion, do look a bit better, and you get different mirrors as well. Anyway, that's quite enough about that. Let's go for a little spin. So the Mark II C70, when it first came out in 2006, had two petrol engine options in this country. A 2.4 5-cylinder white block, the same engine as in my 2006 S40, unsurprisingly, because they're essentially the same car underneath, which generates 168 horsepower. That was discontinued by the time of the 2009 facelift. The other engine, which continued sort of all the way through for the petrols, is the 2.5 litre T5 that's in this car. Again, 5-cylinder white block, initially generating 217 horsepower, but in 2007 it was upgraded to 227 horsepower. This car, because it has the rip kit on it, would be a little bit more than that. It doesn't actually feel particularly fast to me. You can put it into the manual mode if you really want to. I don't really bother with that kind of thing, because one in my car doesn't work, the automatic gearbox. You could also get either a 5-speed or 6-speed manual in these, but most of them I've seen are automatic, and that sort of tells you about sort of people who used to own these, I think. There are also some diesels available, but as usual, due to controversial government legislation and all kinds of other reasons, we don't talk about diesels on this channel. So in comparison with a Mark I C70 convertible that I actually drove a few months ago at LSB car sales, what's this like? As Lee, who owns LSB, said to me, he used to own one of these Mark IIs, and he said the T5 just isn't as fast as you think it is, and it's just not. The Mark I just feels a bit faster. It did have a bit more power, about 237 horsepower. Later, I think closer to about 245. So that much to do with it, but this is such a heavy car, it just doesn't feel that quick. I imagine the 2.4 non-turbo would feel even slower. Handling, I think, is a little bit better. The car feels a bit stiffer. There's not as much scuttle shake with this, which is understandable because you've actually got a metal roof on this. It does feel similar to the S40, C30, whatever, but just maybe a little bit less nimble because, of course, you've got all that extra weight. Yeah, it's a real shame because I expect, yeah, same engine as in the Focus ST, this would feel really fast, and it just kind of doesn't. It's really strange. I mean, it's fine. It's not like a 1.6 S40 that I drove quite recently. That Lee's also gone in stock. It's not that slow, but it's just a bit disappointing in that way. So, yeah, it handles better and it's a bit stiffer, but it's just not as sort of thrilling in a way as the old T5 C70s were, because I've driven 3 of those. I owned one, and I've driven a manual one too that one of my friends owns. So yeah, if you want your kind of C70 thrills from the turbocharged 5-cylinder engine, I'd suggest maybe the Mark 1 might be better for you, even if it doesn't handle as well as this one does. Let's now look at some Volvo C70 Mark II trim levels. There are quite a few of them actually, most of them based on the SE, like this one. Obviously you could add options to an SE as well. So S, ES, SE and a Sport, and then we get into all the sub variants: the S Premium, the SE Inscription, the SE Lux, the SE Lux Premium, the SE Premium, the SE Lux Solstice and the Sport Premium. The rollover hoops in this car, which are automatically activated as part of the ROPS system, the rollover protection structure. If you do have a standard model with no LPG kit on it, unlike this one, then the boot capacity is 198 litres with the roof down and 360 with the roof up. So viewers, should you consider a Mark II Volvo C70 for your hard-earned budget up to £1,000? Well, your hard-earned budget up to £1,000 buys you a car like this with some issues, shall we say. The main thing you've got to work out on, you know, your journey to C70 Mark II ownership is actually whether or not you can find one with a roof that works, because that would be an expensive thing to fix if it isn't. Anyway, thank you ever so much indeed once again for watching. Please don't forget to subscribe to the channel, like this video, leave a comment below, and we shall see you again soon for some more inexpensive motoring.